Hey everybody, Nick here. So it finally happened. I got these greedy little fingers all over the DZOFilm Arles Prime lenses. I got to see them at Cinegear 2024. DZOFilm was, of course, one of the top spots on my list of booths I wanted to see. And, you know, it's really interesting with such top tier glass at the show like Cooke, Zeiss, Leitz, Ingenue, and others. You know, I was so interested in DZOFilm, which is a more budget-friendly cinema lens brand, because of this new lens set that they've announced. And it is, I think, just starting to ship. As far as I can see, B&H Photo is actually shipping lenses in stock. I don't know if full sets are shipping yet. Last I checked, the 25 was still not yet in stock, but all the other focal lengths were. And these lenses are like no holds barred cine lenses. They're using huge glass elements. They open up to T1.4. They're very well corrected, and they look beautiful. So I tested a bunch of them pretty briefly. It was, their booth was right at the entryway of the show, which is actually kind of like a bottleneck, and so it's a little rough to try and get shots there. My demo footage here isn't great, but it was at least enough to tell me that I'm still very excited about these lenses. They do appear to be really clean, very well corrected in the bokeh department, really good resolution and sharpness, even wide open. I tested the 35, 50, 75, and 100, which were all there. And in even better news, I've got a tracking number for 2 demo lenses that are on their way to me for testing. Now, I don't have any relationship with DZOFilm other than bothering them and saying I'd love to do a demo on the lenses, but I have no financial relationship. I've made no promises to them. I don't owe them anything, or vice versa. I'm just very lucky to be able to test these lenses and report back to you about them. But they appear to be really serious, really good lenses that will open up a ton of possibilities. So the way I tend to think of clean lenses is that they offer you a chance to go in directions that you can easily go toward, but can be difficult to come backwards from if the lens is already baked in. So probably the easiest example of this to demonstrate is T-stop, right? If your lens is a T2, then you can shoot at T2, but you cannot shoot at T1.5. However, if your lens is a T1.5, you can shoot at either of those T-stops, right? So the lens that offers the greater possibilities is sort of the one that gives you more options. And similarly, a clean lens, you can shoot it, you know, rectilinear if it has very little distortion, or you can add distortion if you like. But some lenses that have very heavy distortion can be difficult to correct. The footage I have here is, you know, pretty short, but gives you at least some idea of what these lenses look like. Very clean. They give you a lot of resolution and a lot of depth of field. I'm going to get a little bit deeper into this concept later, but a lens that's this fast, that covers this large a format, the VistaVision 47mm diagonal, gives you the same depth of field as IMAX at something like T2.4, which is among the fastest lenses that are available. I think there might be a T2 lens, but not a whole set of T2 lenses. Like, it'll be like one focal length. But having an entire set at T1.4 at full VistaVision gives you this incredible field of view that basically you can't get anywhere else on any other format currently. So I'm going to get more into that once I have the lenses and can do a little bit more controlled, steady, deliberate shots for you, as opposed to these kind of sloppy, shaky ones, and I apologize for that. But enjoy these little demo shots. I'm extremely excited about the lenses, and I will have more to report for you soon. Hey everybody, Nick here. I am with Jeremy from DZOFilm, and I finally got my greedy little hands on some of the Arles lenses, or you know, Arles for those of you in French-speaking countries. Jeremy, tell me about this set. There hasn't been, in my opinion, nearly enough coverage about them because they're really awesome. They're huge. These things each are just like solid glass from front to back. Beautiful. And I really like the image coming out of these and the fact that they're all T1.4 VistaVision coverage. Tell me a little bit about it from the company perspective. What's the idea behind these lenses, and sort of what's the launch plan from here until people get their hands on them in real life?
So obviously DZO wanted to make something faster because this is the fastest line that they've made, right? So they're competing with Sigma, they're competing with these other brands, and they decided, okay, let's go 1.4 then. You know, Sigma's 1.5, let's go one little bit more, right? Okay. So as you'd already said, they're very beautiful. There's a very soft focus roll off on them, and these, you know, they're more kind of clinical look to them. And yeah, that they just wanted to branch into that super speed kind of range. Got it.
So super clean, super fast. The idea is you get an image that is about as pristine as you could ask for. There's basically no flare. I was pointing these things at your Cobb source over here and like nothing was happening. Exactly, so giving you as neutral a canvas, I guess.
That you can paint on later,
Yeah. We don't know yet the F number of these lenses. I'm curious to calculate that, but I do know there's 16 iris blades in each of these, making for like this perfect circle as you stop down. Right now it's 5 lenses, which will eventually expand to 10.
10, that's correct.
Okay. We don't know which focal lengths other than a 40 that will definitely be in there.
Right. But that info will come out in a couple months. Okay. We'll have the rest of that information.
Okay. It looks like these weigh about, you know, basically 1,650 grams, plus or minus 200 grams on the long and the short end. Exactly. Something like that.
Very similar weight.
Close focus is great on everything. Do you have any ideas or plans if there will ever be like an Arles retro set?
Right. Boy, I would like it. I'll tell you that.
You would?
I would like it personally.
All right.
No plans as far as I know, though.
Okay.
But since these are brand new, I mean, obviously, they did it with the Vespids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't see why not, because it's a lens coating, right? I mean, that's the big difference here.
Yeah, got it. Either a coating or a lack of one, I suppose.
Right,
to get it to flare. Okay. Yep. Yeah. I love the styling of these. It's like almost a little bit like a Cook lens with this sort of barrel with the little grooves in the middle. Anything else you know about the sort of industrial design of these?
Well, I was going to say, you can also change this to metric, imperial metric, if you'd like.
Yeah.
Depending on your preference.
That's what Bruno, your colleague, was telling me. So it's a foot scale over here. Presumably, is that...
It's a insert.
Is that user swappable? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you unthread something, you flip this around, and it's got the other markings in metric.
Yep, exactly.
That's
and it
fantastic.
Also goes to EF mount. You can switch to an EF.
Got it. Yeah, these are PLs, also user swappable to EF. Cool. Well, thank you so much for letting me play with these for a little bit. I'm super excited about them, and I think a lot of other people will be as they learn about them. Jeremy, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Yes.
All right. That's it. Cool.